Ashley Mullaney, 7 News.
In Darwin today, a Stop the Boats theme from Liberal leader Malcolm Turnbull accusing Labor leader Bill Shorten and his party of crab walking away from border security. His strongest attack yet on Labor's asylum seeker credentials, delivered in the shadow of a Border Patrol boat.
Going on board the boats that stop the boats.
Well, you're keeping the border secure.
On patrol with Border Force in Darwin Harbour.
Well, the salt air keeps you young. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
No announcement. Malcolm Turnbull was here to hammer a political message.
It's the same old Labor. You cannot trust them on border protection.
Painting Labor as all at sea, with more candidates divided on the party's policy to also turn back boats, and seizing on this from Labor Deputy Tanya Plibersek.
I believe that we have to ensure that the boats don't start again because it is dangerous and people lose their lives. However, we can be more generous.
So what is she proposing? To change the border protection policy?
The issue's so politically sensitive, Border Force asked our cameras not to shoot Mr Turnbull with its logo.
The protection of Australia's borders is a political issue.
So are penalty rates. In Adelaide, Bill Shorten faced more questions about what he'd do if the Fair Work Commission decides to cut penalty rates.
If we want to protect penalty rates in Australia, you've got to protect the independent umpire and you've got to have a Labor government.
Talking industrial relations, but his industrial relations spokesman appeared restricted from the media after bungling his lines yesterday.
Is he in the naughty chair after yesterday's interview with Neil Mitchell? Why isn't he here talking about these things?
Brendan's doing plenty of interviews.
And was there as a travelling strategist, his spokesman said. Malcolm Turnbull faced attack after a backpacker tax backed down, shelving a budget decision to hit backpacker earnings with a 32.5% tax. The second controversial measure he's delayed until after the election.
The budget impact will be around $40 million.
The budget was barely 2 weeks ago and the bits and pieces and the wheels are falling off it. What a schmozzle.
Malcolm Turnbull likes his trains. For Bill Shorten today, it's trams and a big ticket price. $500 million to improve Adelaide's public transport system.
And if his campaign was in need of a lift...
Oh, it's only you! I thought Bill Shorten was up here.
He got it from Margot.
Good on you, Margot.
Now, come on, give us a kiss and a cuddle for the camera.
Good on you, Margot.
And not just once.
Come on, proper kiss.
We're pretty sure he's got Margot's vote.
And Mark Riley has just landed in Sydney, where Bill Shorten is tonight. Mark, Tony Abbott made border security his signature policy. Is it now also Malcolm Turnbull's?
That's exactly what he's doing, Mark, and he's zeroing in on those divisions within Labor. Bill Shorten insists that if he wins the election, he will not soften Labor's stance on border protection. That's probably right. But here's the irony. If Labor loses the election, it could well end up with a new leader from the left, maybe Tanya Plibersek, maybe Anthony Albanese, and they would be under intense pressure from their faction to take a more humane stance on border protection. So there you go, the big paradox. The only way I can see border protection policy being softened in Labor is not if it wins the election, but if it loses it, Mark.
OK, Mark Riley.